So, we're mulching this up. Now you can see this is actually a reasonably sized bowl. That is a lot of biscuit base. Now we're going to make it buttery. Looks like I've made a lot, and I probably have, but I don't have to use it all. This is why I do it by eye. I'd rather have too much and I can make another cheesecake, which looks like I may well do. Damn shame. The butter's almost melted. As I say, it needs to be on a low heat. You want it on a low heat just so it melts. You don't want to cook it. But I've done a fair amount. I've done half a block, which, if you have a look, so 250 gram block, so that's 125 grams of melted butter that I've got there. I've got approximately 500 gram or 400 gram of digested biscuits in there, which is an entire packet. And I've got an entire packet of the oaty ones as well, which I believe are about 300 grams. So that's going to be more than enough. I use the pestle on the end, just in a couple of larger bits in there, which is all fine. Some people put it in a bag and then they smash it up from there. That's fine, you can do that if you want. I don't want to waste any plastic though, so I'm not going to do that. But feel free to. Okay, so this lovely butter is looking good. Now, the base of this tin, you can butter the outside if you want to, but there's really no need, because you're going to be cold cooking this. You're not putting this in the oven. It doesn't need to come away from it, because it's going to get cold. When things get cold, they get tighter. Just like when things get hot, they expand. They get tighter when it gets cold. This is why you mix in hot butter with digestives. It brings the base in, makes it nice and tight. If you add some oaty biscuits, separates it a little bit more, makes it a little bit loose, which I prefer. I'm going to spoon it in and mix it actually into the base, and that way I can gauge how much I've got in there. I can also make sure that my mixture hasn't got too many larger lumps in there, but having a couple isn't too bad. You will really want it to be as fine as you can, but I don't really think it makes too much of an issue if you have a couple of lumps in there, as long as most of it is as fine as you can. Now I'm building it up so that my base covers the entirety of the bottom with a fair amount there. Okay, having a look on there, I can gauge how much there is. Make it as flat as you can. Pat it down if you need to. Just separate it up. If you do find any of the larger lumps, you can either crush them by hand or break them up using mortar or pestle, which would probably be better. Okay, so I've got enough of that in there. I'm just going to go through, grind up a little bit more, make sure that's off the heat. Now, I don't need to spread this across the base just yet. I've done that so that I can actually visually see how much I've got covering it. By doing this method, it means you get a proper coverage. I've followed recipes before now, and I didn't get full coverage of the base because it was done for a different size tin, and not everyone's got the tins that they say on there. So that's on there. Melted butter, I should pour throughout, and straight under some hot water, which is nice. I'm going to use a fork to pass through the butter and the base. Stir it all the way through, and you'll see that the biscuit goes a little bit darker once it's wet. So as you're mixing through, by eye you can gauge that it's all getting wet. Okay, once that base is covered on the bottom there, I just noticed this is taking 5 minutes. 5 minutes to me just talking about this. How much do you want to make this cheesecake? Meh. Anyway, I'm going to spread this out. Once it's all mixed up onto there, using the same fork that I've got on there, I'll go around and I'm going to push it to the sides. You push it into the sides as much as you can, and you're going to find that you can have a lump in the middle then, which is all good, because then once you do that middle bit, you can separate it up, or you've got the end of whatever utensil it was that you used to press it on. Okay, now it's going to be all mixed in, but you want to make sure it's pressed as hard into the bottom as possible, as long as you've mixed it correctly. So all of it's dark. That butter, that mixture will all be good. Now, as I said before, I'm going to add a little bit of treacle to this. Bit naughty, but it's also going to work as another binding agent. And a little treacle goes a long way. It's really sweet, but it really does the job. So yummy. 2 of those should do it. I'll mix that in, press it into the base, and then I'll start on the actual cheesecake itself. See you in a minute.